Hey everyone, this is Malkazer returning with another installment into the Final Fantasy XIV playthrough here. Last we played, we finished the side quest for the two brothers. We saved Alphino and Tataru from a rather scathing accusation that they were in league with the heretics. And now we are here to continue the quest, so let's get moving. Yes, also we found out where Raoban was being held, and he is, or was being scheduled for execution. So now we have to see what we're going to do about that. Though the situation calls for urgency, it would avail us little to charge headlong into Ul'dah without a plan. Before we can formulate a plan, however, we must first learn how things stand in the Sultanate, which is why I propose we visit Limsa Laminza. You heard me right. While you were about your altruistic endeavors, I acted as an intermediary in trade negotiations between House Forton and a Liminson consortium. During said negotiations, an opportunity to send word to the Admiral presented itself, and I duly seized it. I am happy to report that we yet have a stout ally in Limsa. The Admiral has pledged her full cooperation in any effort to rescue Raoban. Accordingly, I have agreed to meet with her, that we might discuss how best to proceed. Naturally, I told her to expect us both. Her presence never fails to embolden our allies, after all. When you arrive in Limsa Laminza, make yourself known to Sergeant Xanthale at Bulwark Hall and the lower decks. He will admit you to the bridge. So now we're going on to Limsa Laminza to talk to the Admiral. Let us teleport. Come on. Alright. Quite loud here. Let us just... Come on, dude. Show up. Dang. Come on. There he is. Let's just get in there. No need to read that every single time. It's almost the same thing. Oh, we're getting some voice acting right off the bat? That'd be wonderful.
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well.
The voice actor's changed.
I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Ul'dah, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Alphino. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seed Seer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found. Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen. There is something you should know. Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seed Seer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana.
Who are they now?
She revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Ul'dah republic.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seed Seer and I to lend Rauban a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Teleji alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly... Ah, could it be? I dare not hope.
The Uldan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Convenient explanation.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news. Or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Rauban is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long. Pray mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphino. Following his capture, Rauban had been held in the Marasaja pit within Uldar. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Queerly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
Those traitors.
The Crystal Braves.
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Rauban, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
Slow fade out. And of course, they stop for no reason. Rauban's survival is vital to the Eorzean Alliance, so we can ill afford to lose him. But I cannot send troops into Ul'dah, which would spell the end of the Alliance, and war, like as not. If there is to be rescue, it falls to you and yours to attempt it. We would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who founded the Crystal Braves, and I who must take responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Master Alphino. By way of a first step, you should seek out your Doman contact. You will find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in a kitchen. Let's go with them nods out. Alright, there they are. There were only a few more lines. I don't know why they just didn't voice act the rest of them, but whatever. Maybe saving a line here and there saved them enough money to be able to do this. Alright, let's get in there. Look at the Doman contact. Is that going to be Yugiri? Or is she still back in Ishgard? Oh, upstairs. You see by the little arrow. Up arrow. I'll just fly. Pew. There we go. Oh no, it's Higiri. Master Malgazer, I knew in my heart that you were safe, but to see you again in the flesh, words cannot well express my relief. Even as the victory feast was taking place, the Crystal Braves turned upon us and took the Rising Stones by force. Amid the chaos, some few of my compatriots and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then, we've remained in Revenant's Toll, keeping watch over the mutineers while waiting your return. You have done well by us, and we Domans do not soon forget our debts. We swear to do all within our power to aid you. Shortly before you arrived, I received word from Limsa Laminza that you were searching for General Raubon. As the Admiral will have informed you, he was recently moved from his cell in the Marasaja pit. At the same juncture, Yu Hase and the 3rd Unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, you believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we had people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, please seek out Deware at Highbridge, where I too am bound. Camp Drybone. Fondue Zubag. Flying bears. I think it's funny that I think they made every mount a flying mount, even if it doesn't have wings or any way to actually fly. Kind of ridiculous, but awesome at the same time. There he is. I've been expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I shall be direct. Yu Hase and his men are bound for Halatali. We believe that this is where they intend to carry out the execution. Ozan is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join him. Why couldn't you have met me closer? I was already over there. Silly. You silly gooses. Always Thirsty was the name of the guy. Hello, Hosan. You come at a good time, my friends. But moments ago, the traitor Ilberd arrived and entered Halatali. From this, we may be certain that the General Raubon is being held within. There is no time to lose. General Alden may be executed at any moment. You must enter Halatali and free him from his captors. Please see to your preparations. Tell me when you are ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. Preparations are complete. Let us do this duty, because duty calls.
Pray, forgive me my lateness.
I think her voice actress changed too.
Lady Ugiri!
Master Alphino, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Yep.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to record it. For a time, I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Since your escape from Ulda, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
Pray.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Raubon is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hozan, the 3 of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Deware and Higiri with you.
Pray, pray, pray. Yeah, do get out.
With me.
We ready? You do stuff now? Momentarily, I guess. There we go. Not a soul from a Colosseum to be seen. This bodes ill. Take the lead, Malchazar. I shall follow close upon you. Let's do this. Crystal Brave Lancer. Too low level to use my new ability, unfortunately.
Away with you.
Away with you. You tell him, Alphino. Boom. Thanks, you giddy. Alright, let's continue here. Do these hurt me? Nope. Ah, Conjurer. Take him down first.
Leave this to me.
Boom. Done. No healing for you. Breaking limits only as a true warrior of light could. I love that buff you get when you do some of these story things. It just makes you look ridiculous. Okay, nothing over there. It's without bond. The general, but where are his captors? I must like the look of this. General. You came. Yes. We are here. He's bound by some magic device. They did not force it open. It may well be booby-trapped. I've heard of such a device as the Crystal Braves would possess the key. Let us split up and look for it. That will not be necessary. Pray do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. Happily, you will not suffer for long. This poison will convey you swiftly unto the bosom of Thal, where I hope to join you after the passing of many prosperous years. Farewell, my friends. Oh, and do try to relax. They tell me struggling only makes it worse. Confound it, the mist stifles my healing. Force the gate. Yes, that's exactly what we're doing. We're slowly taking damage because of this concentrated poison. Beasts. The mist must be drawing them in. Double poison. Yugi already has that one. Ah, the way is clear. Mist remains. We must stop it at the source. I shall tend to the general. Pray, see to the mist and the key. Alright, let's find... The Braves have the key. Of course they do, Raban. We already know that. Come on, Alphino, keep up. Sprinting here. Raban is slowly losing health. Oh, he's gaining health. Oh, and losing it. Oh, am I lagging? Come on. I know there's a big storm going on outside, so hopefully I don't lose power or internet, but we'll see. Looks like Raoban's holding. Oh, it's going down now. Below 50. Alright. Where are my targets? Up there, obviously. Oh, nope. It has to be over here because I can't even go that way. Okay. Oh, something over there, Alpha now? Gotcha. I see it. That takes care of the mist, so now the poison will no longer be in effect. Now to find the key. Yes, Alpha, no. Thanks for the kid gloves. It's the map of Holotolly hard, so there we go. At least he can start healing up. Oh. You can't heal everyone up. Done. Nope. Identification key. Do I really have to go all the way back? Stupid. At least his vitality's growing. He's gaining his health back. Alpha, no, you're a scholar. Why don't you heal? Unless you're just an arcanist and you haven't gotten the new job. Sweet. My thanks. At the black lung. Slowly, General. You are yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. Should have known. What our clever contrivances to the Warrior of Light. Well done, hero. Whatever, Illbird. Illbird. You mean to struggle on then? Very well. If you would stand in my way, I will cut you down like all the rest. Come on, Scions. Let's get this over with. Oh, he didn't say come on. Should have, though. He said come, Scions. There we go. I hate how it's like Sultan assassins are here. Crystal Braves, 2 arms. Whatever it takes to survive. I'm no hero. Never was. Never will be. Laurentius. My strength has left me. Sorry, Raban.
I have you now.
Do you? Ow. Sorry, Laurentius. Chose the wrong side. Again.
I'll tear you limb from limb.
Okay. And done.
This changes nothing.
It is over, Illbird. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Justice? Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Oh, clever little shite.
Got him there.
If you think you fight for justice, lad, you'd best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used? By the Scions, the City-States, even the Crystal Braves? They none of them care a whit what you want. Only what you can do for them.
Isn't it like everybody's lot in life, though?
Do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland, and I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing.
Wine, wine, wine.
Not a bloody thing. If we ourselves are not free to think and to act,
Look at his face.
how are we ever to reclaim our homeland?
How can you talk like that?
Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
It only fits his like last word, the face.
You'll not get away!
No, Master Alphino. Now is not the time.
I'm but a cripple and a fool.
your debt.
We are all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
Oh, very clever. We stand with you or on your feet, Gladiator. The fight is not over. I like that one.
Rest assured, I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultan. Still, your words are welcome, lad. Know this, Ilbert. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
I think his voice actor changed too.
General, are you aware that Lord Lolorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope, but I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
What? But how can that be?
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this conversation without...
Yeah, come on, guys. Figure it out. Let's throw some nods out. That'll scare him off. And let's walk slow. Dewade! The journal is safe. What news without? My lady, the guards have been subdued, as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There has been no further activity. And Ilbert and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeter for signs of their passing. At once, my lady. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Aw, I thought they were going to do the ninja vanish. General Alden, I presume, and the scions of the 7th Dawn. Who are you? Identify yourself. Pray do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct your steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Urianger awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. This is no ruse, I assure you. General Alden, if you'll come with me, I have prepared a carriage. They may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. Let's just trust this dude. Hey, the sun came up. Just because Ugarius says, okay, let's do this. She's going to go with him, okay. Not just by himself. Like, I don't know about that one. I have spoken to the Urianger via Link Pearl. He confirms the man's story. Raban is in safe hands. Let us make our own way to Vesper Bay. Glad to have some of these tickets still. Make it a little bit faster. Load, load, load. A guy named himself Little Hater. Alright, I'm entering the Waking Sands. Let us see if it starts a cinematic immediately. And would you look at that? I think it does.
My dearest friends,
His voice changed too.
unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Most people's voice actors changed from the first game to the first expansion.
My son. And Master Papashan besides.
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
I know why Yugiri's voice actor has changed, but I don't remember everyone else's reason. Maybe just the general stuff.
The Sultana yet lives.
You.
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthal, and member of the Syndicate.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young man, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. 'Tis my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance? Of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say Her Grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck Her Grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people.
And that's why none of them were happy.
As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teleji Adeleji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
Let's speak in hushed tones now, so we can't hear what he's saying. Oh, come on. There's Alphino. I had not counted on Prioress Dulala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Raoban, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Ul'dah. We couldn't have done it without you, Malchezair. Thank you. I'll take the healing one. Jailbreak, nice. Talk, talk, talk. Ataru? Yes, General Raoban is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Tarapin and the others to investigate and return with all haste to Ishgard. Right, well, let us begin. Bolt on. Make everyone sick for a second. Yeah. Come on. Dang. That's Ataru. Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Raoban short. It wouldn't have bothered you, but the city is awash with rumors of another Dravani attack, and Lord Harshfont was desperate to get a hold of you. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you better head in. You don't need to show me in, dude. I know how to get in now. I've been here a few times. Wish you could just not have to deal with that. More voice acting? Aw. My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I am sure you are now aware, the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. That's Earthbiter, Master Olivier. I must apologize for this abrupt summons. We thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. When the Observatorium's bells toll, it is a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claim they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Nidhogg's minions gather once for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice, to remain in a besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you make it swiftly lest your enemies force your hand. Though we flee to the ends of the world, 'twould seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from the storm, but I for one grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of the dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. What say you, Malchezair? I would stay and fight. And fight we shall. That it never be said that we abandoned our allies in their hour of need. The choice you make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
With certain notable exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
Good luck.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Estinian.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
You tell him, Alphino.
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emeric. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I'm glad to be of service.
Alright, so where do we start? We have chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will simply come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emeric will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Taro, I would ask you to remain at Fort Tom Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell the sign of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir. Loading screens. Much better music. Johnny Bravo. Demix Le Tape. These names, man. I love it. Yes, let's go talk to him. Tell him we're going to go do stuff. We just can't tell you what it is.
I want the defenses of the outer ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
Delicious water.
Ah, it seems I have visitors. And unlike those messing beyond our walls,
These ones are welcome. Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emmerich, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
Aye, their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg. I must admit, the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then, carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
Okay, what's next? Load, load, load. I hear everything going on around me. There we go. Alpha now. Having secured Sir Emmerich's support, we may proceed without fear of a preemptive British Guardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to dither. History tells us that the Dravanians will attack as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over the Lady Iceheart, then locate and parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you're ready, Estinian, let us be about our task. Another conversation. But it's with the Archbishop. He's not even a pope.
Such commotion.
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the Observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us. And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
So say you.
And what of Estinian and this Warrior of Light? They have plans of their own.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
That glow.
For the glory of King Thornton.
Well, dang. There it is. Oh, not still not. Nanny bear. Come on, Alphino. There we go. Dang. Before we set forth, we must needs inform Totaro of our plans. Then I shall wait you at the St. Renette's Forum. Tell your friend we may be some time. The road you have chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that I need no reminding. Come, Alcazar, let us head back to Fort Tom Manor. Oh, guy's name is Luke Wolfking. Clever. Guy's name is Steamy Knight. Onion Nightborn. Nice, Tataru. Our course is set, Tataru. It may be some time before Malcazar and I return to Ishgard. Explain. Well, just you be careful, alright? Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for new news of our lost friends. If anyone can find them, it is you, Tataru. Farewell for now. Oh, before you go, you must put this on, Malfino. I made it especially. No, I couldn't possibly. Very well. Look at that, now he's actually dressed for warm weather. By the 12, it fits perfectly. The quality is actually rather good. I'm glad you like it. I've been practicing my needlework while I listen to rumors and the like. A good receptionist is always learning new skills. My thanks, Tataru. Whatever else awaits me upon the road, I shall not fear the cold. 'Twas the least I could do. Now I must be getting back to the tavern or I'll never catch up with all the gossip. Best of luck on your journey. Wrong way. There we go. Okay, so he's hanging out where? Right next to the Sky Steel Manufactory. Okay. Sri Racha. There he is. You've stayed here for farewells then? We are ready to depart. I suggest we get our search for Lady Iceheart without delay. Very well, but she will prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? In absence of any fresh intelligence on Nazila's movements, I propose we pick up the trail where she was last encountered. The Curthless Western Highlands. Let us speak with Sir Redwald, was it? As the commander of Falcon's Nest, it is likely that he will know if any heretic activity has been reported in the area. Teleport. I got an email saying that someone's following me, but it didn't come up on the mini feed. If someone's out there watching, I'd certainly appreciate it. Interesting. Right, well, see now this is the first time I have access to the Aether Currents. Click on it and it tells me where it is. 177 yalms to the northwest, which yalms are yards in this game, so it should be fine. And I haven't found any yet, but it'll show up in here when I get one. I'll take a look at it once I get one. Well, well, Master Earthbiter, what business brings you back to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it can be no trifling matter. The Azure Dragoon I know, of course, but I do not believe I have met this young gentleman. Alphino Olivier at your service, and you are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Redwald. As I am sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned that the Dravanians gather for another assault. We believe there may be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus have we come to Falcon's Nest in the hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics' movements. I see. Then you'd be best served by speaking directly to my men. The patrol is due to return from its sweep of the surrounding lands at any moment. You may also wish to question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the heretic refuge of Gorgogne Mills. It is possible they have unearthed information that could be of use to you. Master Earthbiter knows well of the place I speak of, for it was he who discovered it. Let us divide our forces then. I will stay and await the return of the patrol while the two of you visit this refuge. When I have completed my inquiries, I will join you there. A wise use of our time. Come on, come Alcazar. I am eager to learn what Sir Redwald's men have found in the heretic's lair. I'm having a hard time reading it for some reason. Jeez. Alright, so we need to go all the way up there. I'm going to be hitting as many Aether Currents as I can along the way. 216 yalms to the northwest. And now they'll actually show up, so I can actually get them too. They weren't available before. Come on. Ah, stupid. Of course, clicking the wrong button. 116 northwest. There it is. So this is what they look like. These little green thingies. You tune to it like you do like an Aetherite. Others can only be accessed via side quests, like this one probably, actually. I'll grab that real quick. See, now it shows up. So here's all the ones I need to find. Out in the field there's 10, and then there's 5 through quests, so there's 15 total. Once I get that, this little wing will turn yellow, meaning I can fly in this area. Yep, Aether Current is a reward for doing this one. You have a moment to talk? Actually, I don't care. This is all side stuff. Slave 3 whatevers. In the meantime, I'll hit this and find out what the next one is. 430 to the north. Northeast. Oh, sorry. I think that's the one that's like in this little area. And this finds the nearest one, so you may like whatever. I keep hitting the wrong button. Walk. There we go. $180 yalms northeast, so I think it's down here is where that other Aether Current is. Can I see it from up here? Make sure that's the right spot. $56 yards, so I think it's down in here. Yeah. Come on. Some of them you have to go like pretty far out of your way to get, but it's worth it. Now I have to get out of this ravine. Let's get out of here. Watch, now this isn't even a way out. That would be very, very annoying. It looks like there's a little ramp over here. Hopefully that's what I need, hopefully. Dang it. Yeah, I discovered a new location, but I wasted all that time. Okay. That means the way out is past the bridge. While I'm running, I will do this. Shorts. Shorts. Is this the way out? I think I need to go under the bridge to get out. Yep, looks like it. What a pain. Can't get off me. I'm getting closer, only 93 yards. Aha. Oh, come on. $346 north. Perfect. It'll be about this area anyway. Not even in order, they're just random. But it doesn't matter. At least these quests are usually pretty easy, these side ones. I think one of them in every zone is a dungeon, though. Alright, one down. numero dos. Where is the Aether Current? West, so I'll head over this way. There it is. And it's usually interesting is like when you're done with the zone story-wise, that's when you get the final Aether Current. So that's finished. I can go turn that in. I'll do that later. This one is directly north as well. The nice thing is usually, at least the first couple zones if I recall correctly, the Aether Currents essentially match up to the route you're taking for the story anyway. So you're not really going out of your way too far, again, usually, in order to get all the Aether Currents. Some zones are more difficult than others. Alright, where's this Aether Current? Is it in here? Because it's still north. Yep, there it is. I need to go in here for that. I'm going to get the Aether Current first. Come on. And we already have half of them. Yep, where's the nearest one anyway? We got this. Westbound. Alright, let's talk to this expedition leader. Master Earthbiter, our findings, you say? Well, there is something of a tale there. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising looking sheaf of letters than we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. It would seem the heretics foresaw our coming and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded. And you cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves, Malchezaar. Thank you, Alphino. What did you find? You're caught me by surprise. Forgive me until my hands stop shaking. If I shall prove or a hindrance in the help. Pray go ahead, and while you are certain of these things have been slain, notify the expedition leader. You've been fighting alongside me for quite a while, and that one freaked you out? At least they were easy to kill. Those guys badly wounded a number of your men. You encounter more of the beasts? Yes, I did. You could always talk to everybody along the way and get more info, but it doesn't really affect anything. Beasts are slain then? My thanks, Master Earthbiter. We may return to our duty without fear of a mauling. Yay, got a mini Alphino. Somebody else did too. You wish to track down Lady Iceheart? Is that not so? The records we discovered ere those beasts mauled my companions appeared to be some matter of correspondence. What's going on with your chocobos? They're just walking. We had not the luxury of perusing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of fang and claw, but I wager those epistles contain more than friendly salutations betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfields and pray the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. It's hardly a choice at all. I'm gonna wander? Oh, go inside. Collect the shinies. Any shinies up here? Nope. Now that the beasts are gone, we can look at them ourselves. One over here. Alright, where's the last one? Is everyone standing on it? Or something? Or was it upstairs? I don't see any other shinies down here. I have found some few of these letters. Letters, blah, blah, blah. That door open? No. So it doesn't look like it's down here. I'm not really seeing it. Maybe I did miss it upstairs. Yep, right there in the corner. You ever covered much of the heretics' correspondence? Splendid. Added the contributions from Master Levier and Sir Estinian, we now have more than a dozen letters. What have we here then? Every one of these is a record of the dealings betwixt the Grogagne Mills heretics and their fellows in the Akafa amphitheater. There are requests for foodstuffs, clothing, and all manner of provisions. Iceheart's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we had thought abandoned. I'm trying to talk to him. The Akafak Amphitheater, the very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? If that is our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous tract of ice and snow that cannot swiftly be crossed. We must place our faith on the Aethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Moonbrita succeeded in recreating the Akafa beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time, it was assumed that the resultant Aetherite would only be temporarily available, but given that the heretics of Grogagne Mills seem to have been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheater, I'll wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the Aetherite but within Snowcloak without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Estinian, but in the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel system, a passage which was discovered leading out into the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the Aetherite from this side of the wall? It should. Austeridaire posted soldiers at the Western Highlands entrance after the tunnels were cleared, but they will not deny its entry. So there's another way in. Okay. I'll just walk. Not going to be much faster or slower if I teleport. Happens to be like in the middle here. Good. Sivok Masters. Oh, I'm gonna cross that bridge. Oh, someone has a cloud to ride. That's probably that camp that was in there. Probably where I'm headed right now. Yeah, because Snowcloak goes over here. And this is the other side of it, so that makes sense. Oof. Ah, the guests of House Forton, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you are welcome to enter the tunnels if that is your will. Assuming the Akafah beacon still functions, we must pray to the 12 it does. We shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though I do not expect to be greeted by Primal Shiva, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics should not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. Duty calls, so there's going to be a fight. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Mayhap you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Dogs of Ishgard, is it not enough that you banished our beloved saint? Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress, that we might broker a peace. You think it's fool's boy? I will take more than your honeyed words to earn our trust. You walk with the Dragon Slayer, and we know all too well what he is capable of. My reputation precedes me, whatever, Estinian. They give us little choice. Time to duke it out. Come, brothers. May dragon wings bear us to victory. You will not defile the sacred place a second time. No, wait. We did not come here to fight. Waste no more words on them. They are deaf to reason.
Your guard is down.
You got this, Estinian? Are you that cool? By the Fury, they partake of the blood of dragons. Seven hells, can dragon blood truly bring about such a transformation? Gonna get the... There we go. The Cane Waver a little bit closer so I can do this. Hit all three of them. Wild-eyed swordsman and Louis Stoile the first sword. You should not have come here, Ishgardians. Well, we aren't Ishgardians, so... We're fortunate indeed. Behold the true power of our faith. He turned into a big dragon. 12 for Fend.
Focus.
At last, a foe I can sink my lance into.
Know your folly.
Done. Yeah. Prolonged fight for no reason. They fight like demons. 'Tis death to remain. Fly back, brothers. Retreat to the cinders. I see no sign of Lady Iceheart, but that we could have questioned one of them. What would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so must we. Even should an ambush await us, 'tis certain there will be no more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? I confess the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you'd be so good as to enlighten us, Estinian. I suspect it is the heretic's way of referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of a frozen lake of ash pool. Some 500 years past, it is told that the Azure Dragoon of the age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened unto the point of death and forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy Sea's sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of gray. Of course, a thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. Fascinating tale. We should make haste to this ashen isle. Oh, excuse me. The Dreaming Dragon, all the way over there. Okay. The Dreaming Dragon lays far to the west. Before we approach the frozen beast, however, there is another place I would visit first. I am told the convictors have set up camp in Twin Pools. Their leader, Jantalot, may have information of use for us. But mayhap you are not familiar with that name either. The convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion, but I am willing to wager that they encounter their fair share of heretics. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I would learn all there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let us speak with these convictors then, and temper our haste with a measure of caution. Yep. I'm going to teleport back. I'm going to turn in the, I just want to deal with getting it out of this thing again. Even though it's probably a straight shot. I'm going to turn this one side quest in so I can get the Aether Current. There we go. So I now have one of the Aether Currents for the quests. Let's see if I can explore more along the way. There are some areas I'm not able to explore until I do get flying. Later, dudes. Be checking this while I'm on the way too. Yeah, that would have killed me if it was any other game. Really? Come on. There we go. Alright, where's this other Aether Current? It should be in this area. There it is. Same deal. It looks like they're generally along the way. And there's a chocobo keep here. Yoink. Well, well, what do we have here? Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the convictors, are we? The hard-eyed lad looks promising, but you have a frail look about you, boy. I give you 3 days ere the wilds claim your corpse. I beg your pardon. Be not so quick to judge. I have seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And here are you to question my... By the Fury! That armor, that lance, the Azure Dragoon himself graces our camp. Pray forgive my disrespect, sir. I am Jancelot, leader of the Convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair or foul, carry you into our humble camp? Explain, 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 explain. Ah, Lady Ashard, is it? I know her by reputation, but I'm afraid I've seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you, we shall. Alcazar, Estinian, let us make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. Let's throw out some nods first, though. The mount speed is increased, and I got a bunch of these. Nice. I'm just gonna skip, because it's a side quest, and you as well. Boop, boop, boop. Any more show up? Yeah, see. We're nice to come. This is the one that you get from doing the dungeon. And I think there's one for finishing the zone, too. Alright, Alphino. Surely one of these people have encountered heretics while out hunting. Pray speak with as many as you can, Malcazar. Nay, I know of no heretics. Do you honestly expect me to keep track of every rat, Bratmo, Vermont, and Bertinent that walks into out of camp? Alright, fine. Are there any heretics in the area? I have not the faintest idea. Why, a heretic could pass under my very nose, and I should be none the wiser. I hunt dragons, my dear fellow, the big ones. Wherever do I scan the skies for signs of my prey? I care not for the miserable hut creatures that scurry upon the ground. Useless. And there's an Aether Current right there. Looking for heretics, you say? Why don't you go and bother Paraquet or something? I have enough trouble keeping these preening fops fed and clothed as it is. It is no business of mine what folk do with themselves out here in the wilds. I'll talk to him in a second. Let's get this. Can I get up here? Come on. This guy looks like it looks like he's jumping weird. We need to take down 3 rooms or whatever they're pronounced. And where's this nearest one over here? 60 yalms, so it's right around the corner. There it is. Okay, so I'll go ahead and turn these back in. I have more than half now. Turn this one in first. And a Peter Quedet. Something I can help you with, my lord. Ask questions. Heretics, is it? Well, I've never seen one myself, but they ain't to say I haven't heard a thing or two. Now everyone shows up. We'd be grateful for any information you can share with us. The gods know we've gleaned precious little from the talking to the rest of these people. Damn. If it please, my lord, I'm Pyraquet, a soldier by trade, though not much of one, if I'm honest. It weren't for the lack of stabbing folk that I took up the spear, see. For love of stabbing folk, I took the spear. No, it was by order of Sir Jontalot's father. Still, as long as they keep paying me wages, I ain't fussy as to what they will have me do. Not everyone's as patient as me, though. Plenty of low-born lads who get pressed into service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. And once they've got to thinking how unfair it all is, it don't take much for the heretics to turn their heads. From what I hear, the simple promise of freedom tends to do it. That may explain how Lady Iceheart was able to expand her following so swiftly. Sad to say, some mates of mine gobbled down the heretics' tripe and asked for seconds. Told me they were off to the Western Highlands to light a signal fire. That's how you let the heretics know you're serious about joining their ranks, apparently. Send out some purple smoke and the bastards come to you. Is that so? Why then, I am minded to start a fire. Trying to see if any other blue quests show up. If we are to lure our foes to our position, then we must find a means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it so happens, I once heard the tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of a woolly yak into his campfire. Aside from the terrible stench, the story also described in detail how the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged a deep violet. You are a monster hunter of some note, are you not, Malchezair? Should prove a trifling task for you to procure a number of hides. We would need to burn more than one ere the heretics notice our beacon. Master Alphino, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. I will take the both of us to find enough dry fuel in this frozen wasteland. Let us meet again at the Dreaming Dragoon with the fruits of our labor. See, this story quest gives me another Aether Current, which makes me believe that we are coming to the end of the story here. See, look, another quest. Just noticed. Okay. But I keep getting mana back. I still don't have the ability to actually use mana yet. And what I'll try to do is I'll definitely try to get all the 8th occurrence in every zone before I move on to the next. Which means doing the dungeon too, even though it's not part of the story. It still feels like it's necessary to do. Alright, on to the woolly yaks. Okay. Pulverizing pound. Boom. Horizontal Blast still got me. Paralyze, the worst. Okay. Oh. Looks like this one's going to be pretty close to where I need to be anyway. The lotto. Gonna be up there on the edge. They do still like to hide them in those areas. 51 Yalms West. Let's go get this Aether Current before I turn in this quest. Yeah. Cool. Alright, Estinian. It would seem that collecting firewood is the new experience for Master Alphino. He must have been a privileged upbringing. How can you be a privileged upbringing? Ahem. Have you the hides we need? Wiple.
Ah, I should have known it would be you. Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent.
Wonder why.
Now, tell me why you are here.
We wish to stop Nidog's attack.
So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion. If you but knew the truth, the spark which lit the flames of this animosity, you would understand the futility of your quest.
Alright, then tell us.
Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my gift has shown me. That which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress.
Oh, story time. Alright.
'Twas more than a millennium past when an Elezen tribe first sought to claim the lands of Kurthas as its home. Unfortunately for them, Kurthas was already home to dragonkind, and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin, a war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva. While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great worm Hraesvelgar, in particular, so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster. In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elezen is as that of a freshly cut rose. Scarce has the flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither. Such melancholy musings plagued Hraesvelgar, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. He knew that all too soon, death would snatch her away from him. Unable to bear the thought of their separation, the maid bid the worm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity. Though loath to perform the deed, Hraesvelgar ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the two warring factions. No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound. In the days that followed, man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elezen. It is said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a traitorous band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted. Nidhogg, he who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard, was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, no amount of conciliatory words will stay his fury.
You are wrong, Lady Iceheart. Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the Eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
Well, there it is.
Good gods!
Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the Eye does not reside there.
Didn't you say before, Estinian, that was kept within the vaults? Liar.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the Eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels, and the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelgar instead? He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him. Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelga resides.
Ooh, echo time. Oh, but I didn't fight anything. I'm getting my blessing back. Slowly but surely. And that's okay if you do that every single expansion. You lose your light, you get it back. You lose your light, you get it back. How old hat? I don't remember that happening in Stormblood, though.
Miss, my friend. I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. Rest a while, and should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
Yeah, I'm gonna get all the rest of these Aether Currents.
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were. Thy will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
I'll make sure of it. Alright, so I got that Aether Current. And discover a new location by just, talk to Azael. You are Malkazar, yes? Pray address me as Azael if you wish. It's passing strange, is it not, that fate should bring us together thus? Never did I think to walk alongside the warrior of light. But history is full of such unexpected alliances. Shall we make our way into Dravania, then? Come on. The chill of the Western Highlands is unrelenting, and I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the Chocobo Forest. Alright, so one more from the quest and one more to discover. So let's get this last one. It should be up near there, actually. Eastbound directly. Might be over here by this. Maybe over here. We'll find out. Getting there. That's weird, I didn't go south, but it switched from east to northeast. Pretty quickly there. There it is. Which is awesome, because it's right next to where I want to be anyway. Come on. Uno Mas, and it will be this one. Good. Dusk Vigil. Oh, never mind. I thought that was going to take a while. So we did the Stone Vigil. We already cleared out the Steel Vigil as well, even though that wasn't a dungeon. And now we're into the Dusk Vigil. I still like the name of their forts. Hey, look, balloons. Oh, Griffin. Does it look like to me? If I remember correctly, he's actually the final boss of this dungeon. Fun that the 2 DPS we have are ranged DPS. I guess the red mage counts as a half and half because he does jump in and do stuff every now and then. Get that cold steel lever. They can put it in the damaged winch in the door and get the first boss, which I don't remember much about, but let's do this. Oh, I thought I had to block it. Apparently not. Oh, I have to be super close to do cover. Dang it. I want to take the hit for him. I finally get an opportunity to use my cover. And it's a 2-minute recast. Jeez. And he is finished. By that indication, those are item level 120s. The stuff I have is 130. My stuff is still better than the stuff that's going to be dropping out of these things. I'm surprised the white mage isn't throwing a lot of holies out. Zombies. Where are you going, Kyrina? You're getting everybody? That's cool. There are some holies. Any treasure chests? Seeing any? Yeah. Get that gear. Lord Commander. I think this is a Game of Thrones reference, this whole area. The Castle Black. I'm for the Lord Commander, Sir Uhelmaric. Brain drain. Oh, that is everybody. Oof. Ow. Stupid. And done. Well, there's a lot of mechanics that I'm not like 100% privy to, or have full memory of. So this last one is definitely the most important one to remember, though. Remember, you have to get like behind something in order to not die. Somebody leveled. Awesome. The temperature rises, melting the ice. That was quick. Rises so fast that it just blew that right open because of killing these hailstorm sprites. Oh, there goes the boss again, just flying away. Everyone's getting hit by a lot of fresh, cold air, frostbite. All right. I think we're up to the last boss of this dungeon. This one didn't take too long. 15 minutes so far. Oof. That would have killed it anyway, I think. Ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Get out of the way! Kaboom! Free fall. Oh. Whirling Jail. That's the one. You see that coming? You have to hide behind the thing. Got it. Been quite a while. Well, James, I'm going to stand next to a rock. Oh, never mind. He'll just destroy it anyway. You can't really preemptively get in position. He resists the slow. But the ability called Whirling Jail is what you need to... Ooh, Winds of Winter. Ow. Yeah, the only guys that could get behind the thing for that, and he got caught in it too. Fine, I'll throw out my sentinel, dang. Taking extra damage from wind, apparently, with my wind resistance down. No bueno. So you don't have to put yourself between him and you have to be in between the center of this. That's what it is. Usually you have to get this item between you and the boss. Not so much in this case, which is fine with me. Yeah, use your special. Kaboom! And done. Bum, 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 bum. Aw, I didn't even get to vote. Oh, well, I'll do this real quick. And success. After I turn this in, I should have flying. But where do I turn it in? Oh, I was already mounted. Well, I got 3 commendations though. Okay, at least you got the movement speed increase. That certainly helps get back to that area. Should just be able to turn it in there. Then I'll get the map, and then we'll move on to the next zone. Arche Ornis. No. Where'd I get all this materia from? Oh, herp. From me extracting it. And now... Yeah! Beautiful thing. Let's start over here. Start with this area. I'll work down. Slowly but surely getting the map. I already have most of it. Alright, I am going full speed. I was wondering. Something over here? Looks like there might be. Yeah. Looks like there's nothing there, but there's probably something somewhere. Come on. Done. Okay. More over here. And then the last one's over there, which is right next to where I want to go anyway. Blizzards. So nice when you can actually see things. But they decided that blizzards are what they want to do right now. There's the dungeon I just did. And success. Mapping the realm. The whole map. Perfect. Let us move on. I think in the next section, obviously you need to do more of the Aetheryte stuff. Not the Aether Currents. I think the next section is where I can move on with my class quest storyline. But now it's time for talking.
Beyond Abalathia's spine, the great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenard from east to west. Into the deepening shadows of Som Al, where lies the ancient home of Dragonkind. To a land where the soil slithers and the skies seethe with sinuous shapes, they came.
So ominous, sir. I can see an Aether Current already. Alright, Azael. We now stand on the threshold of Dravania. The path of Somal will take us far to the west, beyond the embrace of the forest branches. It will be a long and demanding journey, but I suggest that we take our rest up at the village ahead and see that we are properly provisioned. There's a village here. I thought these lands the sole domain of Dragonkind. Why would anyone choose to live in so perilous a place? The wild chocobos. Tailfeather was built by hunters who make their living capturing and selling the beasts. Excuse me. Their leader, Marschap, is an acquaintance of mine. Being a gregarious sort, he will no doubt welcome our arrival, and he will also possess more recent knowledge of the road we seek to travel. I trust there are no objections. Estinian, only to this ceaseless chatter. If we are to meet this acquaintance of yours, let us do it before Ishgard burns. Focused. Alright, well, back onto the same thing. Attunement complete there. Now we're on to the next zone. Or Aether Currents. Stupid. Come on. Now I have one. It's the same amount here. It's usually 10 currents and 5 from quests in most zones, so... Where's the next one? North. These wild chocobos are not friendly. I'm almost level 60. Which means I should have access to every single combat class in the game. Where? Up in that area? Coarser chocobos and a red chocobo. I think I come here eventually anyway, but I'm just grabbing it. And yep, there's the... $373 to the west. Perfect. We're gonna be on the other side of this thing, so we'll go into town, get the Chocobo Keep, get the unattuned Aetheryte, a minute Mind Flare. There's an Aetheryte current in town. Or not Aetheryte, Aether Current. I'll keep messing those up forever, so don't you worry. I'm going to focus on my class quest, because I think I get a new ability from that, too. I appreciate you coming all this way, Constraint. I know it must seem a little odd. Frankly, it's been strange from the start. Who sends a missive with provisions when we've got Moogles running about who can do it far faster? Not to mention the fact that bandits have been raiding caravans to Tailfeather for weeks. If it weren't for them moving on, this latest shipment would have likely never arrived. Any road. From what I can tell, it was languishing in someone's storeroom for a while. Better late than never, though, eh? It was your friend's wish that you come all this way. Read it for yourself and you'll see. Huh. I left you a gift near the 100 throws. Take it and become the man you are destined to be. Curious fellow, this Sulkzagill. Any road, if I were you, I'd head north and find whatever it is before someone else does. Thanks, friend. I should do just that. Let's head towards the throws and see what we find, Alcazar. How far north? That's pretty dang far. I'll get there eventually. I'm in no hurry. What is the ability to get level 56 anyway? Divine Veil. Aha, that's the one. Let's mend. Good. Hello, Marsa Champ. The guy's name was Snake Plizkin. Very clever. Well, tan my hide and call me Leatherface. We have visitors. Oh, and if ain't the lovely Azael. It's been too long, girl. That it has, Marchamp. That it has. This Dinian's just chilling. My companions and I are on a pilgrimage to Silmal. Might we stay in your tail feather a while and prepare for the next leg of our journey? Of course, stay as long as you like. In fact, I wouldn't suggest leaving the forest at all. The dragon's been absolutely bleeding murderous of late. Forgive me, sir, but I am not sure I understand. Do the dragons not bother you here in the forest? Bother us? Did Azael not explain things to you, boy? You see them towering Calum trees all about you, haven't you? If you were flying above the canopy, you'd barely be able to see the ground. And as you'd expect, the local wildlife's can't enough to stay hidden beneath the leaves, which is why the dragons do their hunting elsewhere, and we can do ours in peace. I see. Thank you for the explanation. You're welcome. Now, I know it won't stop Azael here, but dragons ain't the only things you'll need to keep an eye out for, especially if you're set on heading west. Still not as good as what I have. I dare say you're wondering what could possibly be worse than dragons, eh? Well, I'll tell you, the bloody nath. They're what you get if you crossed an antling with a megala crab and taught the thing how to walk on two legs. They never used to stray far from their hives out of fear of the dragons, but they've gotten a lot more aggressive of late, sending out war parties for malms in all directions. They've even taken to harassing the Dravanians in their own lairs, if you can believe it. And when they venture into the forest, which is more and more, by the way, they certainly ain't afraid to come after my lot. I can only imagine how much worse it'd be closer to the Nath's home territory. You also have an Aether Current quest for me. Ignore, don't care. Alright, Azael. It would seem that much has changed in Javania. The Nath are not wont to cause such strife when I lived here. You lived here, in Javania? Aye, 'twas in the time following the calamity. My family was dead, my home was gone, and I'd fled from the bitter cold into these lands. I knew not the paths of the forest then, and wandered out from under its protection of its boughs. Or its boughs. That was when I chanced upon Hraesvelgr. He had descended from his mountain lair to hunt for food. My exhausted mind could not contend with the sight of the majestic worm, nor the vision of the past his presence visited upon me. Thankfully, Marschant found me unconscious form at the edge of the trees and nursed me back to health, and until thither I remained for some time. Hence your familiarity with the locals, but I interrupted you. You were saying these Nath were once a peaceful people? Peaceful would not be the most fitting description. They are a fiercely territorial tribe, and any who intrude upon their domain are attacked without hesitation or quarter. Outside the borders of the homeland, however, they were rarely hostile. Indeed, we were even able to trade with them on occasion. They have changed then. What of it? We have not the time to creep through the underbrush on some roundabout route. I say we make straight for Silmal and crush any unruly insect we meet underfoot. A more direct path, then. Very well. Let us first follow the trail west out of the forest and make for the statue of the Stained One. From there, we should have a fair view of the road that leads to Silmal, shall we? Come on. Oh, sightseeing log. Oh, whatever. What is that mount? Huh. That looks ridiculous. It's up there. I like how there's quite a bit of things to do. It's not just story and class quests. They added the Aether Current stuff. There's something else to do, but you actually earn the flying. It's very, very interesting. It gets, like anything else, after a few times of doing it, it gets kind of tedious, but once you earn it, it's wonderful. Yeah, I knew I was going to be over here eventually anyway. I'm trying to multitask here. Not working out very well, per usual. Up there, so I need to go around the other way, I think. Maybe, maybe not. Get away from me, feather flea. Get up there. Go all around this way? Yes, right here. Bandersnatch. Some Alice in Wonderland reference for you there. Oh, dang. Oh, someone's doing holy. Am I still being attacked? So, I'll do this one on the way. Let's actually, hang on. 142 Yalms West. Yeah, I'll do the class quest right here. State. It should be around here somewhere. Thanks for showing me where it is by searching the surrounding area. You mean search this spot? Creepy music. Is that a soul you found? By the Fury it is. And look, a pair of gallant cuisses. But why? Why do I feel like I'm being led by the nose? First the journal, now this missive? There's so much I want to ask. So much I should have asked when he was still alive. Okay, well, now you're getting gear, so stop complaining. At Camp Rivers meets. I don't want to go back there yet. Maybe once I hit level 60-ish, I'll go back and get that, because that's in the other zone I was just in. Yay, Aether Current. Surprised I'm not running into my companions. They're going the same route I am, right? Challenge log almost complete. So this is the stained one. This is, oh, destination. I'm wondering, I'm like, what the heck? There's nobody nearby. Voice acting or reading? Reading. Should we chance to meet Marshstamp again, remind me to thank him. Had he not warned us to expect the Nath, I doubt I would be standing here. Amid ruins that I would tentatively describe as Asgardian, the style, if not quite identical, betrays a definite resemblance. You have a scholar's eyes, Master Alphino. The structure is in fact over 1,000 years old. It is a remnant of the age when our ancestors and dragonkind lived together in peace. You claim this is evidence of a harmonious past? I was taught that these buildings were constructed by heretics in honor of your Dravanian masters. This rubble inspires no such awe in me, whatever Estinian. Stubborn fool, how desperately you cling to false teachings of your beloved Holy See. Enough, both of you. You threaten the success of our mission with this incessant squabbling. He's not wrong. Malgazar, pray reason with these two. The truth of the past will be revealed. Quite. Lest you forget, our goal is to prevent a war which will claim the lives of Dravanians and Ishgardians alike. If we were to accomplish this, you must learn to tolerate each other's presence. Trust in Malgazar's gift. In time, the secrets of history will be brought to light. Let that be enough, Estinian. You would have me keep my counsel until Malgazar's visions confirm the truth? Very well, but bait me not. Our meeting with Hraesvelgr will produce the catalyst Malgazar's gift requires, as it did mine. Let us press on. Spy you the three great towers to the west? Ishgardians know them as Annex Trine. The place serves as a roost for Hraesvelgr's lesser kindred. Let's look west then. One. Where's the second one? Whatever. If we are to reach the peak of Salmal, then we must first beseech these dragons to open the way. But do not be disheartened. The one who leads them is a friend. Rather more concerned is the disposition of the Nath. Let us survey the approach to the towers and see if the path is clear. I'm level 59. You're level 52. Your aggro radius should be much smaller than it is. It's actually kind of annoying. There's the NAF area. So the next Aether Current should be really close. Aha, there it is. Prefecto. Southeast. Let's... I'll get that later. Let's go check this area. See, this one, as far as I recall, this is where it starts getting kind of weird. Where it's like the Aether Currents aren't aren't close to the direct line that you take. Because if it was, then one of them would be right underneath this thing. No such thing as there. It is as I feared. The road ahead is teeming with Nath soldiers. Marthshemp did not exaggerate then. These beastmen have grown brazen indeed if they would threaten the dragons so openly. Do they intend to assault the lair itself? I pray they do not. Mighty though my Dravanian friends are, they are yet vulnerable to Nath's muskets. There is no route save the one before us. Should the beastmen offer battle, we have no choice but to accept. Be one real close. Alright, onward. So the next nearest one is right there. I see it. Only 3 more to actually find. The person's doing the exact same thing I am. I'm gonna get the Chocobo first. I take no pleasure in killing the Nath. 'Twas to avoid bloodshed that I agreed to join you on this journey. Well, it cannot be helped. We may proceed into the courtyard together, but leave the task of hailing its occupants to me. And keep your lance on your back, Dragoon. On my word to the Warrior of Light, I shall start no fight, only finish it. You truly are beyond salvation. Come then. Now, Kith.
Vidofnir!
I was just chilling there. That's why it took me 2 seconds to get there.
Ah, 'tis thee, little one. From above I did mistake thee for a nath. 'Tis well I chanced to look again, or thou wouldst now be ash.
You have horrible eyes if you think I was a nath.
Dear Vidofnir, how I have missed you. Would that I had come sooner, and not out of dire necessity.
Thou art troubled. Speak that I might know thy plight.
Explain, explain. And explain.
Thou wouldst have father admonish his brood brother.
I would end this war without further bloodshed.
How am I to believe thee, little one, when thine own companion beareth Nidhogg's stolen eye?
Have care, dragon, or I shall gouge out one of yours.
You forget yourself, sir. We are here on a mission of peace.
My sire's will forbiddeth me from inviting discord to our home. 'Tis for this reason and no other that thou still drawest breath, knight.
Vidofnir, please. We must be allowed to convey our intentions to Resfelgar in person, with words of our own choosing. Grant us this favor, and open the way to Som Al.
Thou hast ever been welcome, little one. But I cannot grant thy wish. I am bound to remain here and protect my kin from the Nath's god.
Oh god.
The
That's
Nath
right.
have summoned a primal.
Pray excuse my forwardness, but if we were to eliminate the threat to your territory, would you consent to Lady Izel's request?
Ha! Dost thou imagine thyself equal to the task? To succeed where dragons have failed? 'Tis beyond thee, mortal. But thou art welcome to try, nonetheless. Only know that idle promises shall avail thee naught.
Seems she has kind of small wings for her body.
It would seem we have no choice but to make good on Alphinaud's offer. Why must our every bid for peace breed yet more war?
I guess they use magic to fly. More money. When I really need money, I'll sell all these things and just break it in. So the Nath has summoned their god, and thus is the mystery of their newfound belligerence laid to rest. Are you not glad, Lady Isard? Whatever, Estinian. I thought you would applaud them for summoning a primal to further their own ends. After all, you did. I did not reach out to Saint Shiva to further mine own ends. I desired her strength only to forge anew the peace between man and dragon. But what a fool I am to speak of peace to you, a bloodthirsty savage who murders without thought or compunction. Enough, enough, I say. If the Nath have truly brought forth their deity from the aether, We must face it together or watch our hopes fall apart. All now rests upon this primal's defeat. But ere we think of confronting it, we must first study its origins. What is the nature of this god? What manner of faith sustains its existence? My apologies. You're right, of course. Let us return to Tailfeather and consult with Marschamp. He knows more than Nath and their culture than most. First, I'm gonna get this dang aetheryte. A flat top version. I'm gonna have some more aether currents along the way. I could just teleport over, but I want to make sure I get as many of these as I can. So close to 60. Is it in here? Yeah, that's what I thought. $654 to the north. Oh, it's in there. I can't even get it. All right. Yeah, let's go back to there. Turn both of these in. Cool. Marschamp. Oh, back already, are we? I met the Noth, did you? And what is it you'd like to... Explain. Summon a primal, you say? 7 hells. Well, I don't know bugger all about Nath religion, if I'm honest. Beyond their trading habits, there never seemed much point in asking. But it shouldn't be that hard to find out. From time to time, we barter with a small hive to the north and west of here. Outcasts from the main tribe, from what I understand. I reckon they'd be willing to tell you a bit about themselves, if you give them the right incentives. That sounds promising. And what exactly would an Nath consider to be the right incentives? Oh, nothing your average hunter couldn't scrounge up in a day or two. But seeing as you're in a hurry, you might want to divide the chores amongst yourselves. You want a good-sized jar of land-trap nectar, a basket of Kalem tree fruit, and, always a Nath favorite, a generous portion of young Nanka flesh. I shall gather the fruit. Leaping to the lower branches of these forest giants should present little challenge to me. Then I shall collect the nectar, with Master Alphino's arcane assistance. That leaves you to bring home the meat. You need to carve it from the smaller Nankas that live in the rivers. 3 big hunks should be enough, I reckon. Once you've got everything together, you'll need to set it down on what we call the trading post. Here, I'll mark the spot on your map for you. You've been most kind, Master Marschamp. Well then, let us attend to our respective tasks and reconvene at the trading post. I can hardly add that the last one there is a rotten Nanka egg. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna go turn in this class quest real quick. Shave me. Yeah, that's like right there, so this one shouldn't take too long. Because I can fly here now. The joys of flight. Still foggy, but it's not as bad as blizzards where you couldn't see anything. Get that cake. To be honest, I never really understood why you accepted me as your pupil. What made you change your mind? What did you see in me? And what would you have me do now that you're gone? So it is true then. Oh, someone's talking. Genlins. Papa Sean could not conceal the truth from me forever. He told me Solxigil's claims and your search. I cannot believe it. I would not believe it. Yet now. My soul crystal. Thanks? What sorcery is this? I sensed him magically. I am just that good. He was watching you, boy. You and the soul you bear. Could he have been a minion of Death's Embrace, spying on Solxigil's pupil? Perhaps they hoped Solxigil's quest would end with his death, that none would attempt to reclaim Oathkeeper in his stead. They thought us broken when our brothers betrayed us, when they robbed us of the sword, delivered it into their keeping. But we did not give in to despair, nor will we do so now. Oathkeeper will be ours again, I swear it. I must return to Uldathra now. The way our souls resonated was unlike anything I've ever seen before, and I'd like to know what it portends. I continue to look after the boy, Malchezair. You came all this way to stay here for like 2 minutes? What do you want from me? The souls of paladins past grant you favor. New ability learned. Divine Veil. Let's put that where I'm going to use it. I may have to rearrange these buttons eventually. Upon receiving recovery via healing magic cast by yourself or a party member, a protective barrier is cast on all party members within a radius of 15 yalms. Prevents damage up to 10% of your max HP. That's very handy. Alright, let's grab the next one. I'm beginning to think I've been going about this the wrong way, Malchezair. I've been trying to determine the whereabouts of Oathkeeper by retracing Solxigil's steps, but honestly, how he came to pursue and die at the hands of Death's Embrace isn't nearly as important as the simple fact that he did. Death's Embrace has a sword. It's the only logical conclusion. So we find them, we find Oathkeeper. And even if I'm mistaken, we'd be doing the world a favor by bringing them to justice. I wouldn't presume to speak for Solxigil, but I'd like to think that he'd agree. Don't you? I'll nod at him. Yes, well, I suppose if we're going to find them, we'd best start asking around. Okay. Though there is one thing which troubles me. I think I need to speak with 100 Eyes. I might as well continue this as far as I can go. It may even get me auto with the level 60. Which will give me the level 60. If it's anything like level 50, it should give me the level 60 gear as well, which would be nice. Just huge increase. A moment of your time, if it please. For you, Constant? Sure. As about Zolxigil, you never told me, but how exactly did he die? You want me to paint you a bloody picture? He was murdered. I found him and I buried him. That's all you need to know. It's just that day, the other day, I could have sworn that I... Forgive me, I don't know what I was thinking. Don't let me keep you from your labors. Well, this guy buried him. Let us resume our hunt for Death's Embrace. If I can get these done, I'll do them, because they give me new abilities and new stuff. I don't... The only reason I'd waited for so long for the other one is it's a different zone. Death's Embrace, those bandits who used to raid caverns bound for Tailfeather? No one's seen neither hide nor hair of them recently. Why do you ask? Well, Dons, eh? Maybe they ran back to warmer climes. Never understood Southrons myself. Merfolk prone to inexplicable and irrational behavior. Like those buffoons who attempted to seize the Protector of all things. Apparently they snuck aboard some of the airships fearing supplies to Camp Cloud Top. Of course the knights drove them off. Last I heard, they had fled into the wild screaming Thal's Balls, this, and Swyven Horson's that. I think I'm thinking, Malgazer. Admittedly, we've no reason to believe these men are the ones we seek, but we've been blessed with serendipity before. There's no harm in investigating, at least. Sure, let's do it. I don't have any of the Aether Currents here either. 44 Yalms West. That means it's going to be over here. Haha. I'll just grab it while I'm here. Not going to go out of my way to get them all. Until the story mode leads me here. Ildons who tried to seize the Protector? I remember them. Baffling, really. Signed their own death warrants with their ill-conceived attack. You can be sure that House Highnart won't allow them to leave these isles alive. Death's Embrace, eh? I suppose it's possible they're the bandits you seek. You're welcome to hunt them down if you like. The boy too, yes? He can join my unit. Given your reputation, I think you'd better suited to the van. I won't let you down. We gather at the Rose House. Come, let us delay no further. I'll see you there. Okay. There it is. Can I fall? There's something below me? Come on. Just let me Dark Souls it. I can fall there. Hey, I get to use my Black Chocobo. Yay. $320 Elm Southeast, so it's probably going to be in this area. Ow. I can't walk through that plant like you can usually do. Get off my butt. Is it down here? Doesn't look like it to me. Okay. There's one right there. That's probably the one it's talking about. What do you have for me? Galley Catwing. I'm glad to have you with us, Master Earthbiter. Would that we could speak at length, but the Uldans are aware of our plans and have already fled to the east. Remember that these are desperate, dangerous men. Advance with caution and wait for reinforcements if necessary. With me! I'm gonna do this Galley Catwing thing. And I did not get it on the first drop. Some of them take a few tries. Some of them take quite a few tries. Funny how little experience I get now. 180 experience. I'm getting 85. Never mind. My Chocobo's getting 180 experience. There we go. Smash, bro. Okay. Alright, onward to this area. Okay. Doesn't matter how good your platforming is if only they let you jump. Here we go, level 60. Just from discovery. Nice. Okay. More? Yes, I have to continue looking. The nearest one's not very close at all. But just fine, this map's pretty massive, so they're probably all over the place. The areas I can't get to yet. I think you can't even get to the other area until later. Just to make sure. Yeah. House Hyenart Knight. Well fought, Master Earthbiter. Their leader was surely the toughest of the lot. Lady Elena will be pleased to hear of our success. I shall inform her at once. What have we got there? I found some gauntlets. Wait, did he put the other ones on? Oh, those are probably the legs and the feet, which kind of overlap anyway. Gallant gauntlets? Why would a member of the Death's Embrace be carrying these? There is no way he could possibly plan this. It's too elaborate, nay, impossible. What other explanation could there be? We should return to Falcon's Nest. Okay. So now I literally should have access to everything in the game, class-wise. I can go get Dancer now. And Gunbreaker. I like Gunbreaker. I thought Gunbreaker was pretty cool. Very flashy. But it sucks is when you pick one up that's a later and it's like, oh, it's very flashy with all these buttons. Before we cornered the leader, we came across this camp. It was plain to see they had fallen on hard times, hence why they resorted to common banditry to survive. But isn't it strange when you think about it? I mean, if they had Oathkeeper, why not simply sell it? Really, someone would have been willing to pay for it. I'm beginning to wonder if Suggestive succeeded in reclaiming the sword, or if Death's Embrace ever had it at all. And by the Fury, what to make of these pieces of armor? Put it on. Yeah. Everything except for the chest piece. Just as I suspected, it fits perfectly. Whatever remnants of the Death's Embrace there may still be hiding for some time, I should think. But should they dare to reveal themselves, we will be finished what we started, as Suggestive intended. Yes, and now I have my own healing ability. Very nice. Oh, finally. Now I have a little bit of a shield. Yay. Terrible news, Malchazar. 100 Eyes has been gravely wounded. There were wolves and he fought them off as best he could, but by the time the sentries came to his aid, I went to see him earlier, but he turned me away and bid me fetch you. For the life of me, I cannot imagine why. So for this, I get the armor. I get a new ability, Royal Authority, which replaces... Oh no. Oh yeah, it replaces the Rage of Alone, so it's actually makes that combo worthwhile again, as opposed to just doing Goring Blade over and over again. I'll do what I can to ease his suffering. Wolves, swiving wolves. Reckon I've earned it. So, time to settle one last account. Go to Suggestive grave, dig it up, take what you find and give it to the boy. Won't make up for what I did to my sworn brothers, but perhaps it'll go away towards redressing the balance. Of course, what we've done to the boy ain't hardly defensible, no matter what he says. So yeah, I have the ability Rage of Alone, which is combo action right blade. This will replace Rage of Alone with Royal Authority. Does 550 potency versus 350. Again, it makes it worthwhile to do that while the dot's going. And I get the new set of gear. Should be a significant upgrade. This is endgame A Realm Reborn gear. And this stuff should be the beginning of endgame Heavensward gear. Oh, I'm digging up the grave. Several folds beneath the cold hard earth, you find not a coffin, but a small chest containing a gallant surcoat. What have you done? The body's not here. But how can this be? Why would 100 Eyes lie to us? That bastard. I'll have answers from them both. Come, we're going back to Falcon's Nest. Can you take me with you? I don't want to have to fly over again. Okay. And Papashan's here too. We're too late. Denlins and I had grown worried that it has come to this. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. There's nothing more to be done. Gods damn it all. We must have words, Constraint. I go to Landscape. Look for me there. What was it all for? Where's Landscape? All the way up there. At least you can see for miles around because it's just snow as opposed to a blizzard. Ooh. So this is a sightseeing log. What's the command? Forgot what it is. Give me a second. Apparently that changes, so this one's rally. Okay. That's fine. The sightseeing log. Original game. All Heavensward ones. Usually, so if you want to, you can always look at this thing and be like, I want to do this one. And this gives you hints as to where it is and what you need to do. But you can always just look it up online. And there's some of them that are actually really hard to get to. Giant ship. Called North Star. All right, Papa Sean, what do you got for us? My comrade wishes to explain himself. I wonder who it is. Why the light, Solkzackle? Was it all just some game to you? I had my reasons, as you will soon learn. That's a rather odd way of apologizing, Solkzackle. I suggest you try again. I'm sorry for deceiving you, Constraint. Faking your death, constructing an elaborate scenario for me to find your armor? To be honest, I'm as astonished as I am offended. How could you have possibly orchestrated everything so perfectly? It doesn't matter how I did it. What matters is why I did it. Oathkeeper is but a sword, Constraint. True oaths are not forged in steel, they are sworn in the heart. To merely reclaim the sword will not suffice, it must be won by a worthy paladin. Only then will it and our order be restored to its former glory. I don't understand. Why not simply teach me the ways as you said you would? A sultan may move a man, a master may instruct his pupil, but only when that pupil moves himself can he become a paladin. That said, I did not account for Malchazer's intervention. Master Papashan, as we discussed. Very well. He was surprised too. You just shake my head. Mm-mm-mm. The souls we paladins wield are embodiments of our will. In keeping to our oaths, they grow stronger, more dominant. In the presence of a particularly pure soul, others may be compelled to yield. But when two souls cannot reconcile, when one cannot establish dominance, it can spell disaster. That seems awfully inconvenient. Oh, you have no idea. As the discordance between two souls grows, the aether builds and the soul grows unstable. Their souls looked as if they were fit to burst with ether. Wait, you don't mean that their souls would be destroyed, do you? By the Fury, how do we stop it? You fight. Your souls demand it. You two cannot coexist as you are. One must rise above. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Thanks, Constant. We are paladins, defenders of the weak and needy. What madness is this that we must face each other in battle? But if there is truly no other way, I will not renounce my oaths. I will become the paladin I was destined to be, and if that means we must fight, then so be it. Do it. You and me, boy. Now he has a cool sword out of nowhere. Come, brother. There can only be one, Malchazer. Face me! Of course. I knew it wouldn't be easy. No, I will not yield. Oh, he put on his hallowed ground. Can't do any damage to him while he's doing that, so I'll just chill. Give myself a little bit of a shield. He said something, I think, but I missed it. Am I truly so weak? I'm the warrior of light, dude. No, Constain. Nothing can be further from the truth. You fought with honor and purpose. Do not be ashamed. Silksagill. Kiss me. Impressive, truly impressive. Intrigue and deception that would put Lord Lolorito to shame. So Jenlins. Tell them the truth, Silksagill. The whole truth. Nothing but the truth. Figured it out, have you? You still have the soul I left for you at the 100 throws? What? Oh yes, here. Was that the one I just showed you 2 seconds ago? A different soul. This soul once belonged to the first captain of the Sultansworn, the first paladin who wielded Oathkeeper. Once it shone with a resplendent light as did Oathkeeper, but now both have lost their luster. I have the sword, and everything I have done, that I have made you all do, has been for the sole purpose of making it shine once more. Of course, it's so simple. Wait, no it's not. It's needlessly complicated. What of your soul, the one you gave to Malchezair when you first met? I yet have it, Silksagil. Take it and restore Oathkeeper's light with your own. Once a man has left the Sultansworn, he cannot return. My soul will no longer suffice. All I can do is show another the way, and ask that he do the same for his brothers and sisters. But he does not yet stand above all others. Not until he has bested me. Draw your sword, Malchezair. The time has come. Awesome. Now it's a fight. Come, Paladin, show me the metal in your heart and the steel in your blade. Yes, fight and struggle. Hold nothing back. Aw, waste. What's he doing with the Sultan's brand? What's that? Oh, it didn't show me his little AoE, but I knew it was coming, so I got out of the way of that. Good, good. But that will not be enough. Have you the strength to overcome this? Why, yes, I do. Thank you for asking. Not yet, Malchezair. We are not yet finished. The performance worthy of the Warrior of Light. Yes. Am I gonna get the sword and shield too? That'd be awesome. I thought it was just the armor. Yes. Yes. He likes getting beat up. Worth. Yes. Don't die. I didn't want to kill you. You're too cool. At long last, a paladin who could make it shine again. Does it mean I get it? Hup. There we go. Behold Oathkeeper, bestowed upon the first captain of the Sultansworn, stolen under my watch by the minions of the monetarists. For years I sought to reclaim it, to redeem myself from my failure. A paladin swears allegiance to the Sultanate. A paladin should be the sword and shield of the Sultanate. A paladin defends the people of the realm. 30 years I aspired to those ideals. 30 years I tried to live up to this example set by our founder, so revered that his very soul crystal could be set in Oathkeeper's pommel. For those legendary captains of Eld, the sword would shimmer with such brilliance that night would be as day. Yet for the 30 years I wore it, it shined for me but once. That was before it was taken from me, before I forswore my oaths so I could reclaim it. I'm going to be so sad. Malchazar, through all your trials and tribulations, you have remained true to yourself and to Eorzea. You continue to be an inspiration to us all. Come, take up Oathkeeper. Raise it aloft and let it shine forth as a beacon unto all. I think it's like too small for my hand. Oh, I'm giving it to Jet. What? Keep it. You were always my first choice, Malchazar. Constraint was incentive, motivation, though in the end he proved himself to be so much more. You're a right bastard, you know that? Doing all this just to make a bloody sword shine? Praise Helona that I found a proper mentor in Malchazar. Well, I may not be the chosen one, but I'm still a free paladin. That is the path I have chosen for myself, and on it I will stay. Well said. It would not do for you to be so easily discouraged. Gentlemen, I leave matters here in your capable hands. I have to walk all the way back to Ul'dah. You've done it again, Malchazar. Oathkeeper may not shine for me as it did for you, but perhaps in time it will. But even should it not, I will not lose heart, for a paladin's virtue is not in the radiance of his blade, but in the righteousness of his actions. By what we decide to do every day, we will be good men. Or not. Oxygil, Oathkeeper is returned to the Sultan Sworn. Will you not return to us as well? As a friend and ally, perhaps, but not as a brother. Some bonds, once broken, cannot be mended. Get some more nods in there? Thank you, Malchazar, for all you have done. How strange that we must return to a free paladin rather than one of our own to show us the way. Yet I suppose it is not the first time, is it? So that's it then? You're leaving? Ul'dah beckons, and besides, I have nothing left to teach you. I wish you well in your journey, and pray that you find happiness there. I'm coming back, you know. There's an awful lot of work to be done at Falcon's Nest, and I did make a promise to 100 Eyes. Oh, then I shall see you when you return. We should head back to Malchazar. And I just turned it in there. Stupid. I'm still not quite sure what that all was for, but it seems to have ended well enough. I suppose you ought to get back to your grand adventures and me back to my paladining, or whatever it is you call it. Right then. It's been a pleasure, Malchazar. Oh, but I warn you, the next time we cross blades, I mean to win. Fairly well. Yeah. This concludes the Paladin quest for Heaven's Word. You have to be in Stormblood to get the next one. Okay. So that's that. Excuse me. Huge difference. And it looks pretty cool too. Look at that thing. In fact, I always forget which one it is. Not HUD, it's not character. Must be a system configuration. Stupid. Where was it? There it is. Display headgear. Apply. There we go. Now I have a new ability, Royal Authority. But they didn't give me the rings and stuff to go along with it, or a weapon. All right. Well, let's go back over here, and then we will end it for now. That way, the next time, we'll be right next to where we need to be. Perfect. And we are in a sanctuary. Well, that was, I feel, a successful stream. We got a little bit further through the story, got some actual good information, and then we spent a good amount of time finishing up the Paladin quest line, which was definitely worth it, even if not for the gear alone. So, fantastic. So, if you are watching this on YouTube, please throw me a like and a subscribe in order to keep apprised of new things that are coming this way, because all these videos are uploaded to YouTube. If you are watching this on stream on Twitch, please throw me a follow. Much like the liking and subscribing on YouTube, it is free to you, and it really does help me out. Till next time.